Hello, beautiful Libra. Welcome to your February 2025 tarot reading. I am Elena Valdez, and this reading is for you if you have your Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign in Libra. And this is for the remainder of February. I'm so happy to have you here, beautiful Libra. We're going to get right into general energy here. And we're going to pull some advice. We're going to keep it simple. I am doing an intuitive spread today, not a traditional spread, because I feel like we just need to get to the point, right? So, my lovely Libra, I hope that you have been doing fantastic. Let's get into it with general energy for Libra. I see. First card out, Knight of Wands. Followed by the Ace of Wands. I will show these to you in just a bit. Let's see, what else for general energy for our beautiful Libra? So Libra, you're either dealing with an Aries, and by the way, I failed to mention that this is a general reading, so we don't know if it's career, love, what have you, okay? So apply it how it best resonates for you. But so far what I'm seeing, Libra, you're either dealing with a fire sign that's taking up quite a bit of your energy right now and attention. The other, for others of you, this is kind of like coming into, it's so interesting. I'm feeling like that Kundalini rising type of energy. Like some of you may recently have stumbled upon either a retreat or some kind of modality here, spiritual in nature, that has allowed you, like for example, like Reiki, something that has to do with energy, potentially movement, like body movement, Libra. So for a portion of you, this is already looking like a fiery, intimate, inspirational type of connection with someone else, potentially a fire sign. But for others of you, this is an energy of tapping into your own source energy. So here we have the first pair here is the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands. So this is a feeling of, it's like a resurgence here, Libra. It's almost like being awakened here by something you're doing or because of someone in your life. It's almost like your passion is being reawakened, it's being inspired, your inner passion. And this could have a lot to do with another individual that you've recently met, or either a hobby. But I'm feeling heavily that some of you are going into some kind of spiritual thing, especially because we have the Judgment here, the next pair, with the Queen of Cups. These two paired together are highly spiritual. But I'm getting another storyline here. I'm getting a storyline, and let me get a clarifier on what I'm feeling, because I'm feeling like these two energies are very different, okay? So for a group of you, you're quite literally deciding between two paths. One is very fiery, very inspiring, very sensual, very passionate. And the other path is more watery, more emotional, more intuitive. Alternatively, this could be a mesh of both energies for those of you who just stumbled upon something new. Again, I keep feeling and sensing some kind of either a Reiki healing or a dance movement healing here that you may have gone through recently. Maybe you went to a retreat or you did something that awakened potentially something that was dormant within you. And I say that because of the Judgment card here. So for some of you, this is quite literally going to be like almost like a spiritual religious experience. I'm not saying that it is religious, but for a lot of you, this can be the resurgence of a belief system, right? because this is deep. This is very deep. For those of you where this is about a new person or a relationship, Libra, it's very deep and spiritual in nature. And with Judgment here representing Scorpio, this is about going really deep. And Queen of Cups is also going very deep, very emotional, very spiritual. So I'm feeling three groups here. The first group is, this is a person that you have recently met or that you're newly going into a relationship with that is bringing up all these aspects outside of you, but also this is what the relationship is about, the connection. For a second group, this is something deeper than that. This is more about something that you have recently stumbled upon, like either, again, it's a modality, either a spiritual type of modality or a hobby that is bringing up a lot of passion, a lot of insights here with the Ace of Wands next to Judgment, where you're rehashing a lot of old belief systems here with the Queen of Cups, and also tapping into your inspiration and letting that motivate you to really open up here, like you're cracking open. Because this energy is deep. We've got water here, we've got deep intuition, we got healing, we have a spiritual union here. This is like tantric merging these four cards together. And then there's a third group of you. This is about your belief system. This is about allowing your faith within yourself, your creativity, who you are, how you show up in the world spiritually as an expressive human being and soulful being. Like being like literally like something's just cracking you open. Sometimes when I see the Queen of Cups next to the Judgment card, this can also symbolize a time when we are going into some deep therapy and being held very well by someone. This could be a therapist, a healer. I keep hearing Reiki healer. That's a thing for a lot of you. Maybe some of you are getting attuned here with the Ace of Wands next to Judgment and the Queen of Cups. These three cards can be like Reiki attunement. So maybe you're going into that somehow. But this is like deep healing, beautiful Libra. And this isn't small. I'm actually very interested in knowing what this is. I'm getting nosy, I know, but if you don't mind sharing, I'd love to know what this is for you. Now, there is another group of you here that is dealing with two very different individuals that you are needing to decide between. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be two different situations. One is inspiring, jovial, youthful, fiery, passionate, potentially a fire sign if it is a person. The other one is more spiritual, healing in nature, may have been something from the past coming back with Judgment there. So there's a lot of depth here. You know what it also feels like, Libra? Like a deep surrender here. It's almost like a deep surrender. It's almost like giving into who we truly are, whether it lines up with other people or not. Let's get some clarifiers here. Like, what is this energy about? Let's get it narrowed down a bit, right? Now remember, it's a general reading, so I need to keep different energies in mind. Always remember that you have free will, Libra, so never, ever, ever give your power away to a tarot reading or a tarot reader. And you know, deep in your soul, your body knows when something resonates, when something's correct, and when it's not. Follow that. But in any case, whatever this energy is for you, Libra, it's deep in nature. I am feeling a huge surrender here. Like a huge, like, okay, fine. Show me, universe. Show me. What do you need me to do here? Bring me the downloads. Bring me the intuition. Who do you truly want me to be? Am I courageous enough to be who I am authentically? Whether it's through your creative, the work you do, the way you express your love. There's also an expression of surrender in the way you love towards someone with this energy here, Libra. Yeah. So the clarification is the Ten of Wands. Let me get a couple more. Oh, you're elevating. You're elevating. You got the Ten of Wands with the Queen of Wands. So it's like we start off with this amazing passion. The thing about the Knight of Wands is that even though it's motivating, inspiring, passionate, it doesn't necessarily have a lasting impact, especially when it's next to the Ace of Wands, because it's like the beginning stages of something that inspires us. And then we get all riled up here like the Knight of Wands, and we get all like, yeah, I want this, and we do all the things, right, to attract that, whether it's a new hobby or a new person or a thing, right? But when we have the Ten of Wands here paired with the Queen of Wands, this is about coming to a point. It's almost like you've started here with all this passion. And sometimes with a lot of passion like this, we can become hasty, right? We can become almost like it's too much of a fire, right? But then you move into like the surrender here and the intuitive and the emotion and the spiritual side of things to merge into the Ten of Wands and then the Queen of Wands. With the Queen of Wands, you've elevated from the Knight of Wands, so it has more of a lasting power. But it can also mean for those of you who, because it's almost like you start off learning something about yourself here with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands, and then you move into judgment and you surrender, you give it to the universe, you give it to the divine. And it's almost like you give it up and you're like, okay, I'm done with that. Let's elevate that now. Let's move that up to the Queen of Wands. For some of you, this is going to mean making a decision between two individuals based on what can be more inspiring, but not just more inspiring, like concrete and lasting, right? Because fire, Knight of Wands isn't quite concrete and lasting. It's here. It comes to inspire us. It brings energy out of us. And then depending on what we do with that energy, that fire, that new inspiration, whatever that thing is that's lighting us up, whether it's a person or a project or creative, whatever we do with that will determine what next level that can go into. So here with judgment, it's like rehashing it, looking at it deeply, right? With deciphering eyes, with like a discriminating mind and heart, soul type of thing, like going deep into that with the Scorpio energy, and then really intuitively sensing what is the right thing to do here. And for you, it feels like you take that energy and you make it a bit more concrete. For those of you where this is a relationship, you may be choosing potentially the fire sign here, if it's between a water and a fire sign. I get the sense that if this is about a person, Libra, there's something, the feeling I'm getting is that the water sign scares you, while the fire sign, or again, it doesn't have to be signs. Remember, because this can also be a thing you're deciding between, a project, a job, a situation. But for a lot of you, this is a person. This is between two people. And there's this point where you need to make a decision of what bag you're going to pack or what road you're going to walk away from with the Ten of Wands, right? Because for the Ten of Wands to come up, it means that one of these roads, so whether it's a person that's inspiring, fiery, versus a job, a project that's actually symbolized by the themes that we just talked about, you're going to walk away here. When the Ten of Wands pops up, and there's like a little road in this one. It's almost like dividing two paths here, which this is how it looks like to me. So I feel like you may potentially be thinking about packing your bags and walking away from the thing that's too heavy emotionally. Like you may decide to go towards the path that is more fiery, more inspiring, motivational, more action-oriented. This could be the hobby you choose, the person you choose, the creative you choose, fill in the blank. But what starts off not sure where it's going gets, it's like something occurs here in the process of surrender, in the process of getting to know this energy, and maybe even comparing two energies where you realize this is the path you want to go. And so once you make the decision of the path you want to go, the not so concrete becomes concrete with the Queen of Wands. I hope that makes sense how I'm saying that. All right, so let's move into your advice here. For some of you, this has to do with your business too. Because when we have a lot of fire here, it's also because it's about what we create, right? Fire it's our energy. It's our energy within ourselves. This is why creative and love lives under that. That's why with Ace of Wands, sometimes it symbolizes the beginning of pregnancy too, right? Because it's something that is created from us. And so when we have a lot of fire, it can also symbolize a business, like elevating it, right? Like getting out of the watery, depressing, overthinking potentially, or rehashing deep, dark stuff, shadowy things. Not that that's a negative shadowy, it could just be like, again, I keep hearing a surrender, a need to surrender. That's what it is. It's surrendering for you, Libra, that you have come to. Oh, I'm feeling that so heavily. Yeah. Okay, what advice do we have for Libra for the remainder of February here? I know I was late to get your reading out, Libra. I apologize. It's been a month. It's been a month. What is your advice for our beautiful Libra? Justice. That's your card. Choose yourself, Libra, first and foremost. First part of that advice. Choose yourself. Choose what's going to be in accordance and in alignment with you, your energy, Libra. You know, I'm feeling like you may be in a position right now with choosing where you are potentially compromising something you really want to do for yourself. Yeah. Your advice, beautiful Libra, is justice and the Seven of Swords. Choose yourself, but also be fair and ethical in the process. Strategize, do what you need to do, move in silence. Some of you are in this deciding factor. We want to like really move methodically here, okay? Your advice is to choose yourself. When we get the Justice card in the Libra reading, justice is all about fairness. It's about balancing things, making sure the ethics are being followed, making sure that you are getting what you need, that things are reciprocal. But it's also about contracts being fair. But more importantly than that, when it pops up in your reading, Libra, as advice, it's about choosing yourself first and foremost. In other words, making this decision, whatever this is, between these two paths, potentially. Or it might not even be two paths for you, Libra. It may just be about marrying these or merging these energies, right? And so the closing advice here for you is to first and foremost choose you. Which of these things aligns with what and who you are now at this point of your life, right? Now where you have evolved to now. And if it's necessary to move in silence and strategize towards a plan, to move towards a specific direction, then do so. That is the advice. That's going to be necessary. You need to trust yourself too. And there's a feeling here of trusting yourself and trusting the light of the night here. I feel like for some of you, this means you are maybe working on a separate project or a separate thing in the night light, right? Maybe you have a second gig. There are a group of you here, though, deciding between two paths, two people. And you may have to make a decision in a way that's kind of hidden. But remember, again, at the end of the day, your advice is choose yourself, Libra. That's the bottom line here. Just choose yourself. All right, beautiful Libra, I hope this was helpful. If it was, please comment, like, subscribe, and I hope to find you back here again soon. Bye.